Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? You can't hear me? Can you hear me? We good? Okay, can hear now. Cool. Awesome. Alright, guys, so I want to talk about the current market structure. I want to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, pretty much everything. Just kind of go over a few things, though, here. In terms of scalping, and a little bit education center here for you guys, because, you know, some of you guys, I think, still need it. But let's quickly talk about Ethereum and what happened. So on Ethereum, we had a massive V-shaped formation. I talked about this in yesterday's stream as well, and we even ended a trade position right here in Telegram around 37.30. Rode it all the way upwards. Then again, we had another secondary position here at 38.19. You can see we broke up into 38.47. And then, of course, the midterm resistance, which I taught you guys in yesterday's live stream. Remember, the midterm resistance, if it ends up breaking on a V-shaped formation, that is a squeeze opportunity. So I'll show you another example right here. Midterm resistance on a wick, midterm resistance on a wick. Every time those midterm resistance levels are broken, these midterm wick highs, it ends up seeing a squeeze position on Ethereum, Bitcoin, anything like that. So now you can see that Ethereum ended up seeing a breakout. We, of course, didn't really get to 4,008. It was a scalp position. We got it to 39.90, which is still a great scalp today, but we were locking in our profits, right? Because again, we aren't guaranteed of what's going to happen at 40.28. I want to talk about the 40.28 level because this is something you don't want to miss. This is a trade setup you definitely do not want to miss for the long term. And you can see as of right now on Ethereum, we have already tested our 9 and our 20 exponential moving average, and we are now trading above that zone. You can see from previous price analysis here as well, we have now tested this level twice. This would become the third test opportunity. And of course, with Bitcoin leading into the 100K region, the third test opportunity leads to a massive breakout formation, mostly on the daily time frame, guys. On a daily time frame, you have to understand the fact that it has a lot more weight to it. And of course, if Ethereum does end up breaking in above 40.28, it is going to be the play. Just like the same play we talked about prior on Bitcoin at 73.7, I showed you guys the same area of resistance. I said, look, this is now the third test opportunity. And if we end up seeing a break formation, it's going to squeeze. Same thing on Ethereum as of right now. We are in that same zone at 40.28. If we end up breaking from here, we are going to see a squeeze. So pay attention to this trade, please, guys. It is going to be a massive trade setup. You definitely don't want to miss it. And ideally, you want to be positioned right around 40.28. If we end up breaking above that zone, that's your confirmation. But of course, for those of you that are a little bit more conservative, wait for the wick high. If the wick high ends up breaking here, that is a trade, right? So again, V-shaped formation. If the wick high breaks, that is the squeeze you want to pay attention to on Ethereum. Right now on Bitcoin, you can see very strong rejection from the 102 region. We did scalp the range, right? We didn't profit quite a bit, around 102.6 from 102.085. And I want to quickly talk about these scalping positions just so everyone is on the same page here. So let's quickly look into it, right? On Bitcoin, I said, if we break 102.085, you take a long position. Okay, that was a trade. You take a long position. We took the long position as a scalp, right? So market broke above. You can see it pushed all the way upwards. And then, of course, it rejected. The thing is, when you're trading a break, mostly on a scalp position, it was a $600 trade before we saw the drop opportunity. So what you want to do in this sort of situation is, of course, place your stops as it continues higher, because we're not guaranteed what's going to happen after the break. We are guaranteed the break, right? We are guaranteed this break, but we don't know if the market is going to continue squeezing or, of course, if the market is going to see a reversal. So that's why we place our stop losses higher in profit, or we just take our profits, right? So a $600 trade on Bitcoin, we take what we get, and that was a trade setup overall. Now, you can see we have broken below the 9 exponential moving average, a very nasty candle if I do say so, and now we're consolidating in between the 9 and the 20 exponential moving average. Is this an area or a buying opportunity at this zone? No, and the reason why is because you will pay attention here. The 9 and the 20 are now trading in between these levels. This is indecisiveness. If the market says, you know what, we're going to break from here too and we drop down back into 95K, the risk is a lot higher versus the reward. And what I mean by that is if we zoom out here, you will see that the 95K region has already been tested multiple times. If, of course, Bitcoin decides to drop from here again, it leads into more sell pressure. And, of course, the chance of us breaking 95 become a lot stronger. And that's why I keep telling you guys, wait for confirmation. So the question, of course, becomes is, okay, well, when do we swing long? When can we enter those swing long positions? If we're trading at Bitcoin at 102.085, then what we're looking for here is this level acting as support. If we break above and then we start retesting the previous resistance, right? So the previous resistance now flips into support. That's your swing confirmation because the market is now telling you that this is a good region to bounce on and we are now looking for a new breakout opportunity. That's how you trade your swing positions, right? And again, I can show you guys multiple examples of this happening as well. You can see right here at 93K, we were using 93 as a major resistance, right? So you can see rejection, rejection, rejection. But then look what happened, right? The market broke above. We retested it as support. And then we continued pushing higher. 95K resistance. We broke above, retested as support, and we broke higher. And that's pretty much how you're trading these rather all-time high resistance zones. And that's how you can position yourself from a swing position. If right now we were trading a scalp position on Bitcoin, but then of course you were like, oh, well, it's breaking above so I can swing. Well, no, because again, we haven't retested that level as support. If there was no retest on support, it is not a swing position, right? We have to be patient with these trade setups. So instead, what you're doing here is now you're waiting to see how the market reacts. You are now waiting to see whether or not Bitcoin can try to break back above the exponential moving averages. And again, zooming out, this is just a larger consolidation. So that's why I keep telling you guys, we're scalping in these regions. We are not swinging. We are not holding for the hopes and dreams. We are scalping these positions. The argument of, oh, I suck at scalping isn't an argument. It just means the fact that you're not paying attention. If I give you the level and I say 102.085 and you see Bitcoin break above that level, that is your confirmation of a long. There should be no hesitation. There should be no moment of, oh, I don't know. And then, of course, it breaks. And then you're like, okay, it's breaking. I'm longing now at 102.6. And then it ends up nuking. And you're like, man, scalping's just not for me. I suck at this. Well, no, it's because you are hesitating on the trade. You are not being aggressive on the trade. You are not learning from the trade. Again, let the trade come to you. This whole chop situation, we didn't enter. Why? Because the market got close, but it didn't break, right? Market got close. It didn't break. Drops back down. Market pushes back up. Now we're retesting 102 again. Did we enter here? No. We wait. Market hits above. Then we enter. We scalp the trade. And then we, of course, set our stop loss higher. If, of course, the market says, woo, we're going to continue pushing higher, cool. Our stops just keep getting placed higher and higher. But these are guaranteed trades, is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. These are guaranteed scalp long positions for profit. A perfect example of this was a trade I posted yesterday on Gala. I said, Gala is looking for a wick high break. Please enter a scalp long on the wick break for a aggressive trade setup. Aggressive simply means that you're taking your profit aggressively, right? And our overall target on Gala was the V-shaped formation where the move set started. The trade was right here at 105.02. And I said, if this wick breaks, right? And I taught you guys this last time. If we're looking at a V-shaped formation, and we broke above midterm resistance. So you see these wicks right here, midterm resistance. We broke above that level, long. Again, if the next V-shape is up here and we break above this midterm resistance on this wick, we long. And you can see Gala did hit that take profit perfectly and then it rejected, right? Then we fell back down. The question shouldn't have been, oh, Pingu, it dropped. What do I do? Right? And some of you guys were trading this and it dropped a little bit. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's reversing. Look, that means you are over leveraged and over margined. If it moves 0.001 of a penny and you freak out, you are not trading properly. You are over leveraging and over trading. What you were doing here is we're trading on the 4-hour interval. That means within 4 hours, the trade setup should play out. Let's have a look at this, okay? 4-hour candle came up, closed exactly where the take profit was. It took 4 hours for that trade to play, but it did play, right? Because again, we have to understand something from a psychological standpoint. Every hour, there are traders waiting for the hourly close. Every 30 minutes, there are traders waiting for the 30-minute close. Every 15 minutes, there are traders waiting for the 15-minute close. There is going to be a lot of noise that is happening within the 4-hour candle for us because there's an array of traders that are trading different time frames and different confirmations. On the 4-hour, though, is how the move set plays, and that's exactly why I teach you guys on the 4-hour interval, is because it is the easiest interval to trade. It is very simple. You enter, you simply wait, and then once you end up seeing a break structure, then you enter your trade position, right? So we wait for the confirmation, we get it, then we enter, cool, we ride the wave for the profits, and we call it a day. That's why the Gala trade worked out extremely well, right? Extremely well, and that's why ideally, you do not want to just hold on to trades for hopes and dreams. Although it is a 4-hour trade setup, we are still scalping the market. So I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? Now, everyone's favorite, Doge. So on Doge, you can see multiple rejections of 42 cents. 42 cents needs to hold as support for the bullish confirmation. This is why I tell you guys, not every trade is an opportunity. Just because Bitcoin and Ethereum completed their V-shaped formations doesn't mean that Doge, Solana, like a Gala, whatever, are all going to complete the V-shaped formations as well. It is because of the fact that these are altcoins. They tend to do their own little thing. If I'm looking at it from a bullish perspective right now on Doge, I need to see the market structure break above 42 cents and hold it as support. That's the only bullish short-term structure we have. If, of course, we break above 44, that's a different story. That's a swing long confirmation. That's a massive trade setup, right? But 44 cents is the ideal zone. Right now, Doge is still consolidating. We are still in a very large bar formation consolidation. If we lose the 35-cent region, folks, it is a short. We are shorting Doge at 35 cents because, again, there is a nasty BART looking to play out. Everything else in between is just emotions. Right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. We do not care about the consolidation zone. We care about these two little purple lines in between here. If we're long, above 44. And if we're short, we're below 35. I'm making it very simple for you guys to kind of pay attention to these zone setups so you're not getting caught out on these positions, okay? So that's ideally what you're looking for when you're trading on Doge is, of course, a break below 35 cents and we short, 44 we long. Otherwise, in between, it's just scalp positions, right? If we're above the exponential moving averages, we long. I personally want to scalp short Doge. It's just not worth the opportunity cost because, again, if something happens news-wise, it tends to see a lot more wicks towards the upside than it will be seeing wicks towards the downside. So that's why we're trading like this, is we're not trying to get caught out on these positions, okay? XRP, I don't really want to talk about it because there's really nothing going on with it anyways. And, you know, you can already see XRP went from $2.90 down to $1.90, caused a lot of panic. We're back up in the 236 range, but it's just going to follow Ethereum and Bitcoin. So again, if I'm looking for a massive trade opportunity right now, it is going to be on Ethereum. This is the biggest trade opportunity you can possibly see on any chart. Ethereum has not hit all-time high yet. Number one, right? It is the second largest crypto. Number two, if it breaks all-time high here, altcoin season is going to get crazy. But this is a very simple trade, guys. On the daily time frame, please do not miss this. You guys always talk about, oh, Pingu, how do we get our accounts bigger? How do we do this? How do we do that? This is it. 4028 breaks, and that is it. That is the confirmation for a long. Because the last time 4028 broke, here you go. You guys want previous price analysis terminology? You guys want proof of it? Okay, look at this. 4028 resistance 1 test, 4028 resistance 2 test, 4028 the third test on the daily. We pushed Ethereum into $4,800, and that was a previous all-time high when Bitcoin is trading around 67. Well, folks, Bitcoin is now trading at 100,000 and Ethereum is trading at 3,800. Do you understand how large of a squeeze this is going to be on Ethereum once it breaks out of this resistance zone? And that's why I'm putting it on your radar over and over and over is please do not miss this trade setup on Ethereum for the daily structure. Even if I'm asleep and it happens, do not miss this trade setup on Ethereum because it is going to be very large. Once again, 2 ways of trading it. Number 1 is wait for the wick high break on the midterm resistance. What does that mean? Well, we simply wait for this area right here. So right around 39.88, that breaks, we enter a long position for a scalp. Keyword is a scalp. We ride the scalp into 40.28. We take our profits on that zone. If, of course, it starts to reject. If the market breaks above 40.28, we want to see a retest of support and then the long confirmation on the 4-hour. Because guess what? On the daily, it's just going to look like this, right? It's just going to look like a candlestick going up. We're not going to see the in-betweens on the daily like we are on the 4-hour. And that's your confirmation for your Ethereum trade. So that retest of support, is your confirmation for a swing. If that's what you're looking for, that is your confirmation for a swing, okay? 40.28 flips to support. I would definitely be looking for a massive long position on Ethereum for a swing. So I hope that makes sense for all of you guys. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's really all I got covered here. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We did a live session yesterday, so I don't really have too much to talk about here. But I just want to make sure everyone is on the same page. Did that make sense? Is everyone on the same page here? Does that make sense for everyone? Everyone good with that? Press 1 if you're good with that. Press 2 if you're still not understanding what I'm trying to say. It would help. I'm assuming you guys are good. Okay, cool. Everyone said 1. Awesome. I don't understand ride the scalp. So riding the scalp simply means is if I'm entering a position here, right? So a break of this wick, so 39.88 or whatever the trade was. Riding the scalp means you're riding the trade into 40.28. What you're not doing is you are not just openly trading it. You have to place some stop loss along the way as it's in profit. But your overall zone you're going to try to get is 40.28. Once 40.28 happens, you close the trade. That's your scalp playing out. But if the market structure breaks above 40.28, then there's 2 opportunities here for you. One is the wick high. So if the market says, screw it, we're just going to continue pushing upwards, watch the wick high break for a long. If the market starts to consolidate here, watch the close of the candle for support and then long. So that's your Ethereum. Okay. I do Shiba when it matters. Honestly, right now, there's really not much technical analysis here for me to talk about. It's exactly like Doge. So, you know, like right now, I'm just chilling Shiba. I don't see a trade up there on Shiba. Solana, we can talk about Solana real quick. Solana had a V-shaped formation, didn't quite complete to the top, right? I didn't even talk about Solana because Solana is a different breed. Solana is quite interesting when it comes down to news updates and stuff because of the ETF approvals and whatever's coming out for Solana. But right now in Solana, same thing. We are consolidating between 248 and 204. 204 is a major support. 248 is a major resistance. What I'm paying attention to here is if Solana ends up breaking back below the exponential moving averages, we most likely will end up losing 204. We will probably drop back down around 185. That'll probably be the zone opportunity on Solana again, but that, of course, is dependent on 204. 204, reason why is because we have retested this level as support multiple times. The more times the support level is tested, the higher chance of it actually breaking. And you can see we've already tested it down here again. So if the bulls fail to break above once more, and we fall back down, then yes, 204 will be lost. So just keep that in mind. I'm paying attention to 257, right? 257 breaks is a very nice scalp long opportunity from the wick high position. Everything else right now is just consolidation noise. Like, I'm not trading something like this. It's just not worth it. So just let the market come to you. So that's Solana for you guys. Avax right now, major resistance at 54.84. If I'm looking at Avax from a breakout trade opportunity, then what I'm paying attention to is the wick high here as well. So my wick high, I'm assuming, is right there. Yeah, just give or take 55.78 if it breaks you long. Everything else right now looks good for Avax for sure, right? V-shaped formation, completion, exponential moving averages being used as support, retesting a level of support as well. So if I'm looking for Avax, a confirmation of a long, you are paying attention to 55.78. That's what you're looking for. Hello, Marvin. But that's the level I'm paying attention to. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for you guys. Okay. All right. I think I answered everything, or rather the ones that I want to talk about. Some of the ones in here you guys are asking for is just pointless because either they're all-time high or, of course, they're non-existent to the point where I don't really want to talk about them just because there's no technicals on them. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. 20-minute mark. I know it's a random Wednesday, and a lot of you guys took your time out of work and whatever's going on in your lives, so I appreciate you guys listening to me. The lesson is recorded. Once again, the Tesla campaign is going, guys. If you guys haven't joined the Tesla campaign, please do. It's very simple, right? Every trade you make counts as volume towards those prizes. Super, super simple to do. You just sign up with the link in Telegram. My Telegram channel is free. The link is in the bio. Everything is free here. Thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you guys listening in, and I will see you guys later tonight for Asia hours. You guys already know 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's pretty much dead in the markets. I don't really trade too much in between those times. And, oh, it's Thursday. Okay, yeah, well, it's Thursday here. Okay, guys, okay, my bad. It's Thursday, okay? As you can tell, I really am on vacation mode, you're right. Yes, the whale competition is over. You will receive your prizes within the 48 hours. The new campaign is the Tesla campaign. And honestly, guys, like, I don't want to hear, like, let me just quickly explain something, okay? You don't have to be a whale to make those prizes. I think the lowest tier is like, what 3 million or something in volume. I have a friend that's done a $300 account and he has almost like 300K in volume. A $300 account. So everyone should be able to win that watch. Like, it's a free 250 bucks or whatever it is, I think. But yeah, the details are on Telegram. But like I said, you have 30 days to just trade as you trade. And you never know, right? Some of you guys got I think the Rolex giveaway, some of you guys got like $5,000 paid out, $2,500 paid out. So that's why. It's just, you just trade as you are. It's just free giveaways that are happening as you normally trade. And again, it doesn't cost you anything, so you're chilling. But yeah. All right. Yeah, I know, Gooey, I know. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you guys later tonight for Asia hours, and we will touch base again. Again, for the markets right now, just let them come to you. There's no reason to just swing trade here. Let everything come to you, and then figure it out as you guys go. So thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out.